Happy Valentine's Day, Disney movie news. I thought I'd start the evening with a little bit of Incredibles 2 news, and then we'd move on to some Disney streaming service updates, and then lastly, I'd like to close the evening out with some updates from D23 Japan. Let's go on a date.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk, we talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's Disney movie news.
Happy Valentine's Day, babe.
Happy Valentine's Day, Leah.
It's just you and me and
all of the people.
a bunch of people watching in the chat. What's up, guys? Welcome to Disney Movie News, Valentine's Day special edition date night. Woo! It's just us two. Remember the last time this happened? It went crazy. But thank you guys for tuning in. It is our 100th episode on top of everything else.
Yeah.
100 episodes makes Sarah realize that we've been doing this for more than 2 years.
I was like,
she had no idea.
I was like, we started this October 2016, and then I was like,
wait a minute. I was like, babe, there are 52 weeks in a year.
Was it 50?
And we skipped a lot of weeks in between. So yeah, thank you guys who have been with us from episode 1, and thank you to you guys who have been with us since episode 99. We appreciate all of you. This is a fun, safe space when we talk about Disney and movies and news. But I'm Leo Camacho. You can follow me everywhere on the internet at Mr. Leo Zombie. Yeah, it's easy like that. But make sure you also follow the Popcorn Talk, who's been hosting us for 100 freaking episodes. Make sure you subscribe to them on YouTube, because then you'll get notified when we are on. And also follow them on Twitter at the Popcorn Talk. Sarah.
What up? You know me, pretentious Disney fan. My name's Sarah Sterling. You can find me on Twitter at Sarah Sterling _ and on Instagram at Sarah G Sterling. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, babe. Yeah, we got some. What's also cool is that we have really cool
things. You didn't say who you are.
I did. I said I'm Leo Camacho.
Oops. Sorry.
Literally.
I'm sorry.
Thanks for paying attention. The other cool thing is that we have a lot of neat things to talk about today. That's convenient, because a lot of times it's a slow news week, but this week was a jam-packed. And news just broke about 30 minutes ago, so we're going to be able to talk about The Incredibles 2. Maybe some of you haven't even seen this yet. So we've got a lot of things to talk about. We saw Black Panther last night too. We're going to do spoiler-free. Don't worry, we're not going to get too deep, but we'll give you our thoughts on that. D23 happened in Japan, so we're going to be talking about that. So much going on. But let's start with The Incredibles 2, because before we even get to the trailer that was just released 30 minutes ago, we got some new posters released for Incredibles 2. So what is that, a washing machine?
Yes.
Yeah, a washing machine with the uniform inside, almost ready.
And
Love
the glove.
it. They've been teasing for a while. They have been teasing. How many uniforms do they have? Are they washing the old ones? Are they repurposing them? What's going on?
We'll find out.
Oh, they're really leaning into the housework.
Back to work.
They're really leaning.
Still doing this.
Still doing that? You all right? Your arm over there? All right. Disney, I get it. Laundry baskets, cool.
This is the best one.
Edna mode. I love that poster.
It's been too long, darlings.
Darlings. I wish they would have one like this for every character, but it kind of makes sense only for Edna.
Yeah.
I would. Would you hang that up on your wall?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would too.
I want it.
We should get it.
Yeah, we should get it.
All right. It's decided. We shall get it. But that's what we got in terms of posters for The Incredibles 2. But like we said just 30 minutes ago.
It was more than that at this point.
Well, you know, like an hour ago.
Yeah.
But very recently, during the Olympics, we got a new trailer for The Incredibles.
That was not teaser.
Not teaser, an actual trailer. A full trailer. I haven't seen it because I saw it and I went, Sarah, have you seen this? She goes, yeah. And I said I'd wait because I like watching things on this show for the first time. So let's watch it together.
Let's watch it together.
Machine washable, darling.
Underminer. This is where the last movie left off.
Except now with better graphics.
Yeah.
Superheroes are illegal.
We want to fight bad guys. That's who I am.
We're not saying you have... What?
Someone on TV said it.
Oh, I love it.
Tycoon wants to talk about hero stuff.
Yes.
Help me bring Super
Lucius.
back into the sunlight. We need Elastigirl.
Bye, sweetie.
And only Elastigirl.
No problem.
Is it like a flashback?
No.
Not the way you're supposed to do it.
That's what's
Dad.
happening.
They want us to do it
I
this
don't
way.
know that way. Why would they change math? Math is math. Math is math.
I feel that. That's very real.
Dusseldorf. Duzzles are dozing. Eyelids so heavy.
It's me and pasta. The closest comparison I have is my dog.
Closing.
She does that too, which is weird.
You hadn't taken over so well.
I've got to succeed so she can succeed.
Are we saying that the movie's focused on her big time?
Yes.
So we can succeed.
What the? That is freaky.
But I can't keep...
Oh, he's got a 5 o'clock shadow? I'm into it. Daddy.
That means he's tired. That's how you know a character's
Is that how
tired.
you know that I'm always tired?
Yeah.
properly.
I'm so down.
Yes. So the reason why the teasers were all Bob at Home with Jack Jack is because we've known for a while that this movie is centered around Elastigirl being
Right.
a superhero and Bob struggling to hold down the fort.
Also, Elastigirl's time to shine. I would say that she had a lot of time to shine in the last movie. It's
Well, in the last
cool.
movie, it was really Bob being the hero. He had all the
I mean,
secret stuff he was hiding from her.
That is true, but then he gets in trouble, and Elastigirl
Yeah.
saves the day.
Yeah.
And multiple scenes. Like she had a lot of great action scenes. It's cool
I'm
that
sure
she's
he
the
will
main
too.
character. Of course, but it's cool that they're like sort of flipping it.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, that's awesome. I'm excited about it. Looks good, and more Frozone is all I want in life. Anyway.
I'm super excited about it. I feel like they're like, oh, you know what's really like a popular trope on TV? Like a fumbling dad who doesn't know how to do housework. Let's just like put that in a movie. It's a good idea. It's a really funny thing.
It is funny, but I like that the scenarios that they're showing are much more like grounded, like the math homework thing.
Yeah.
And the nap time is funny.
Yeah.
You know, like it's superhero cute.
Yeah.
On top of already being, I relate. I do that.
I do that.
This movie's gonna be a very I do that movie, and I'm sold, complete. Let's go.
Love it. We'll be talking
Book a
about
ticket.
Incredibles again at the end of the show.
Will we?
Yeah, in terms of park
Oh,
stuff.
So I was like, what else we got, girl?
Do you want to talk about Black Panther?
Well, how about this? Let's get there.
Okay.
I forgot this. I just completely skipped over this because I was so excited about Incredibles. But we've got a new poster for Solo released. This is the official poster for the movie. There you go.
There it is.
So it's essentially a combination of all the other posters. It's not completely original. It's the colors of the Solo poster, the Solo poster, and the Millennium Falcon and the TIE Fighters is in the same position in every poster. And then all of the positions of the characters in their individual posters are now done in Solo's color. And it's weird. It's weird that they're like making a big deal out of this poster when they've already released 4 other posters that were equally as cool, if not cooler.
Yeah.
Anyway, but they are, and that's what we're looking at. That's it. That's all we got.
We are.
Elton John, Tim Rice, and Beyonce are working on the Lion King soundtrack. I mean, I guess you gotta have Beyonce work on that
Yeah,
thing.
I mean, like. Anyway, if you didn't know, Elton John and Tim Rice did the original Lion King soundtrack.
And Hans Zimmer.
Right. I told you that. You didn't know that.
I did know that because I did the record thing.
You didn't know that.
Yeah, I did.
You know, you didn't.
Yeah, but it's Valentine's Day. Why you gotta do this?
I'm
Why you gotta do me
sorry.
dirty like
I'm
this?
sorry.
Because you did the Pirates of the Caribbean soundtrack, and I was excited.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure like Elton John and Tim Rice will do like all of it, and I think if I'm not mistaken, Beyonce will probably just like do
Sing.
a new song. I think.
Do you think that she will sing on a song that they write, or do you think she will just make it like, no, I'm gonna make a better song that's fun?
They said there will be an end closing song, and we've been speaking to Beyonce's people, and hopefully they can cook up something.
Are they gonna do like a Shakira thing with Zootopia?
No, I feel like it'll be like I don't know if they mean the credit song. You know what I mean? No.
All right. All the single monkeys, all the single cheetahs, all the single elephants,
Oh my god. All the single teams.
all the animals. That'll be cool. I mean, obviously, if you're gonna get a superstar like Beyonce on the team, you gotta have her write a song, right?
Yeah, and also like
Do you like that? Do you like that it's gonna be such a divided soundtrack?
divided.
Well, you know, like so many people, so many hands, so many chefs.
Well, like I said, I think it's really going
just
to
like
be
one song.
Yeah, I think she's only going to be on one side, and then Tim Rice and Elton John doing all of it.
Okay,
And I mean, it's going to be the same songs from the original, for the most part. You know what I mean? Like Beauty and the Beast had like all the same songs plus new ones.
I didn't even think until right now. I didn't even think.
You didn't
about
think
that.
about how it's going to be like Hakuna
Well,
Matata.
I mean, I didn't really think about. I'm like, yeah, I knew it was like Hakuna Matata, but like I'm thinking about the new Beauty and the Beast and how torn people have become on like, oh, which version?
Right. Well, the
I'm
reason why
hoping
they
these are just as good as the original.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? But can you imagine like
You know what I
Donald
mean?
Glover singing like
Oh,
Can You Feel the Love Tonight?
Oh my God, Don! He just raps it. Childish Gambino making love tonight.
But honestly, it would be like Billy Eichner singing "Can You Feel the Love Tonight."
There's a lot of people at play here.
Right. What was I going to say? The reason why they like doing new songs for like the live action adaptations is so that they can potentially have a best song winner at the Oscars.
Well, I mean, also you want it to match the new song. I mean, the new movie. Also, you don't want to just repeat. You know what I mean?
Right. But I mean, a lot of people.
Oh, a brand new song.
Brand new
Okay, I
song,
thought you
like
were
with
saying-
Evermore,
yeah.
which I mean, it didn't end up being nominated for best song, but I think that's what they were going for. You know what I mean? And that's why I think they don't just use the songs from the Broadway play because it wouldn't qualify.
Yeah, right.
For best song,
Right,
Because it
'cause
has
it's
to be
already-
new. Yeah.
Yeah, also I feel like there's something about like bringing the Broadway songs onto the movies that feels a little strange. You know what I mean?
I mean,
It's like forwards and backwards compatible. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's like if they were to make a live action Little Mermaid movie and they would put that Prince Eric song where they like
yeah.
pine for each other or whatever. Or if they did what's Aladdin.
Proud of Your Boy?
No, the gilded the bird in a gilded cage or whatever. Yeah, that wouldn't. I'm glad that didn't make the movie.
We don't know.
No, I mean the original movie. It wasn't in it.
Oh yeah. Well, because the play came out way after.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my god.
I'm glad that wasn't a song in the original movie. But yeah, no, it's cool. I mean, this movie is gonna be crazy. It's just gonna like, no matter what, it's gonna be a huge, like, explosion of
Just like
success.
literally can't wait for people to see what we saw at D23. I've never
been shocked
I
like
can't
that.
remember the last time I felt like that about
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Where I was like,
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, at D23 they did, they were showing trailers, like advanced trailers for Infinity
was a live action
War,
panel, yeah.
and it was a live action panel, and we were seeing stuff from Mary Poppins, and there were like tons of reveals, and then randomly, they're just like seemingly out of left field, like no
they didn't announce it.
preparation.
Usually they're like, next we're going to talk about
Yeah.
Mary Poppins Returns.
Then the lights
They
just turn
didn't
off.
announce it. Lights turn off. Suddenly.
And you see this,
And I was like, is this just footage of elephants?
and then Sarah and I just go,
it took me literally like 10 seconds to realize what was happening. I was like, this is just live action footage of elephants.
yeah,
And I was like, wait a
oh,
second.
is this like a
Wait a
trial
second.
piece? And then you see like Rafiki kind of stumble up to the thing, and he's like, you know the Rafiki hug.
Wait a second.
And then we lost our gosh dang minds.
Anyway,
Anyway, so yeah, that was cool. But Lion King, I'm super duper hyped. When is that? 2020, 2019,
2019.
Right around the corner.
I know, right?
It's already
it feels so
mid-February.
recent. It feels like it's coming up, I mean.
I know, everything does. But yeah, we're getting that. What else? Oh, Disney streaming service. We got some news on that. Sarah, give us the lowdown.
Okay, so we know that Disney's been doing a streaming service for a while now. And there's also a lot of projects that we've known Disney's been working on, but now they kind of came out of nowhere and were like, these projects are going to be for the streaming service, which is interesting. They, oh my God, it's just like so much.
Tell me.
It's like, it's a sneak peek into the initial slate of content, which is going to include 4 to 5 movies and 5 TV shows in the first year. So in terms of movies, projects will include the most exciting ones that we like may or may not have known about. Lady and the Tramp remake.
Live action? CGI?
Yeah. Well, I
CG
mean, there'll be
animals?
humans in it.
Well,
So
are they going to be CGI?
well, I mean, if Jungle
But you
Book
know what I
was
mean? Like, is it a
considered live
CGI
action,
animated film, or is it like
yes,
a jungle?
your hands
jungle-
keep being in my shot. Stop it.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Well, I'm just saying if Jungle Book was considered live action because there's one human in it, then Lady and the Tramp has to be considered live action because there's going to be a couple humans in it.
It's just the
Jim
guy. He's like,
Deere.
you want to meet the bow?
Yeah, those
That guy?
guys. Yeah, those Italian stereotypes.
That's what I was about to
And
say.
Aunt Sarah, my fave.
I don't even remember her.
She's the rude aunt. Anyway,
No, 101 Dalmatians is very different. That was mostly live action with some CGI. These are mostly CGI with some live action.
Sword in the Stone remake.
CGI
Just also
or live action?
Meet the Robinsons.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, is it
style.
going to be like Boss Baby CGI, where it's like people but in CGI?
No, it's gonna be live action.
Okay. Don't yell at me. No me grites. You don't know. You don't know.
Other ones I hadn't really heard of, but I guess the 3 Men and the Baby remake, which like why?
Are they really remaking?
That's what it says.
Yeah, low key love that movie as a kid. All right.
I love Tom Selleck's mustache.
Yeah, Tom Selleck's mustache is my favorite character in the Disney
Mustache.
universe.
I don't know why I said that.
Mustache.
We heard about Magic Camp. that was originally going to have Steve Martin in it. Sorry, I don't have any pictures beyond this for this story. And Nicole, which is now called Noelle.
They changed it?
Yeah.
They're getting closer to Nicole day by day.
Noelle is better.
What was
it's
it called
like,
before? Nicole, right?
It was Nicole, yeah.
It's the dumbest name ever. I'm glad
Nicole.
They must have heard us.
Yeah,
Like,
this
they must
is-
have heard the Twitter universe being
Yeah.
like, why are you calling it Nicole?
But Noelle makes
Nicole.
sense because, like, Christmas, you know?
What?
The first
Baby,
Noel.
I know what a Noel is. It's literally my name backwards. Leonel.
Well, and then of course there's like you know, all of the High School Musical TV
Here's
show,
what
the
I'm
Monsters
thinking.
Inc. TV
They
show,
just
the Star Wars
recently
TV show.
announced that the directors of Game of Thrones will be getting their own Star Wars universe
Right,
on
it's-
top of Ryan Johnson's.
It's unclear if
Right.
it's going to be in theaters or in the streaming service.
Right, that's what I was going to say. I think a lot of the Star Wars property type stuff
Right.
is going to end up on the streaming service,
Agreed.
both probably a show and new
And
movie
movies,
trilogies.
yeah.
Which makes sense because I think it makes it kind of keeps the line nice and clear.
Like
of,
these are the
this is the big
stuff
ones.
we care about.
These are the
most,
little
and these are the
ones.
Yeah.
But I mean, to be fair, the Game of Thrones are basically weekly movies that come out. So it wouldn't be that surprising if they did that because they're the masters at making TV movies at high budget, low budget, mid budget. I don't know what you would even consider that anymore because they're breaking the mold with what they're doing.
And no rated R content for the first year.
You know
at
what?
least.
Never mind. Just kidding. I would still watch it. PG-13.
Yeah.
I mean, one cuss word per movie.
Per word. One cuss word
per word. Every time you cuss, it counts as one.
That still counts as one.
That still counts as one.
Anyway, that's all.
All right. That's all we got.
That's the news for the
Shout,
streaming
shout out
service.
to Disney
Film Facts.
Film Facts for jumping on that one. He had a
thank
lot of
you.
cool stuff to say. Very informative bunch there. And then last but not least, it is D23 Japan is currently happening right
Well,
now.
it's over now.
Well, it currently just happened in Japan this last weekend. We got a ton of park updates. Sarah put up a video on her channel, but let's talk about it here, shall we?
Okay.
Cool. You start. I know
Yeah.
you have the most to say.
Did you guys even know there was a D23 Japan?
That was news to me.
I
That was
know.
the first piece of news.
I knew. That's also,
Of course you know.
I mean, there's other reasons why there's only a D23 in California every other year, but it's also because in the interim years it's in Japan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
makes sense, right?
But they didn't like pull any punches. They like saved some pretty big news for this D23.
Some
Some.
bigger news come stars.
Well, I mean, we're the best.
Anyway, Pixar Pier got an official opening date. It is June 23rd.
Oh.
And we got concept art of the new pier signage.
Funny enough, where did the logo go?
It's gone.
They changed that thing quick.
Yeah, they did. Yep.
That's all we'll say about the logo. Go look it up on Google if you want to know more. What else we got, Sarah?
So it's an exciting year for Pixar.
Oh
the
yeah,
parks.
we should point out the lamp on top of that sign. Go back to it. There you go. So it's cool because they have Luxo on top of the sign, and he seems to have a little bit of a spotlight, as you can see the arrow circling there on the screen. What I was hoping it would do is sort of like, it'd be cool if it was sort of like, seemed alive and pointed the light at people. The camera's on me because I'm talking. The camera's on me right now, Sarah.
Okay.
I'm looking at it. Anyway, so if it shined the light on people, and then kind of like what is it called? The Reclaimer did during Electronica, where when you would walk in, it would like and like try to abduct you. I think it'd be really cool if it interacted with people just sort of casually walking underneath. Like,
Anyway.
those are dreams. That's what I hope anyway.
Anyway, so Pixar people were confused today when I was live streaming earlier because they were like, I'm confused. Does Pixar Pier open in April or in June? It opens in June. Pixar Fest opens in April. And that is when we were getting the return of Paint the Night, which is going to be at DCA. And we have a new
When does it come out? That comes back in
April 13th.
April 13th.
We have a new float in Paint the Night, themed to The Incredibles.
Increíbles. This
I
is
love it.
Something I sort of pointed out in your video, but the amount of effort they're putting behind promoting The Incredibles is so huge. I just feel like, you know, you get casual promoting for most Pixar movies, and then this one they're like, well, you're gonna get a land, and you're gonna get a roller coaster, and you're gonna get a float,
don't
and
you
you're
feel
getting
like
a Super Bowl ad.
We
And you're
had
like, oh
this.
my God.
We had like, not this much, but like, there's a difference between the amount of marketing that they put into something that they already know has been successful
Yeah.
than something that's a new concept. Like I think Finding Dory had a lot more marketing than.
See, I don't even think it had as much as this, and I thought
No, it
Finding
didn't have
Dory-
as much as this, but it
like,
did have a
Finding
lot.
Nemo was way more successful than The Incredibles.
Yes, but more people have been asking for a sequel for Incredibles than Nemo.
Yeah, because we got a sequel for Nemo. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right, but
like
people
we
have
sort
been
of skipped around.
Incredibles is the only movie that was literally set up for a sequel from the beginning.
Sure, people have been asking for a sequel, and I agree with everything you're saying. It is just a little bit stunning to me that they're getting so much. You know what I mean? Like, you know, extracurricular marketing in terms of the parade and in terms of a land and a roller coaster. It's like, yeah, it's not like the other Pixar properties aren't being represented, but I feel like along with just promoting the movie, I think they are going, you know, like they're trying to franchise it more than their other properties because it is so franchisable. Like you could do Incredibles video games and you can do Incredibles action figures so much more easily than like, you know, like you can do extra villains and extra heroes. Like you can stack on that. You can even get a TV show out of it eventually. And that's what I'm getting at is I wonder how far they're going to go with the Incredibles is like their new sort of tentpole franchise.
Cars 3 got major marketing last year. as well.
Cars, yeah.
But that's like the
a
most successful
cha-ching.
franchise like in Disney
Yeah,
history.
it's Cars 3 with also like extra, there's like tons of Cars stuff. We got a Cars Land. We got Planes, which was like Disney saying, well, we want to make Cars money too. You know, so, you all right?
I'm just saying, like, whatever, it doesn't matter. So yeah, that's the float for Paint the Night. They didn't announce if anything is being removed. I don't think anything is being removed from the parade.
No, I don't think so either. I think it's cool that we're getting all this incredible attention on The Incredibles, but I think the float's a little, like, you know, it's fine.
It looks cool.
It looks cool. It looks like something out of Inside Out to me, but that's cool.
I know people are upset that we didn't get a Moana float and that we didn't get a Coco float.
That's pretty upsetting for both
But-
of those because I think thematically they would have made more sense. But that's what I'm saying. Like we didn't get a Moana float, we didn't get a Coco float. But
Right.
We're getting
Both
incredible-
new movies though, not a sequel.
Yeah, but come on.
Putting
Moana,
putting effort behind
crush.
something that people are
Crushing.
already familiar with. Of course, it was crushing. But you know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah. Like Coco kind of makes sense because it's not crushing as much as I would have hoped. I mean, it is in
It did crush.
South America.
It really crushed.
Yeah, but as like a franchise,
I
like
know.
people
I know,
aren't
I know.
talking about Coco like they talk about Moana.
But what's encouraging is that they're showing that they can make new floats and
Yeah.
change the floats up.
We know you're capable.
So you never know.
Yeah. No, it's cool. I actually like the Frozone component of this, and it looks like it's going to be an actor Frozone.
Frozen's going to be on the
Gonna
float.
be on the float.
They're all going to be on the
Sorry.
float. Well, I
Can't.
think Jack and the kids might be not.
Yeah, no, they look
actors.
like they're not
Yeah.
characters, but it does look like the front three are, so that's cool.
Anyway.
Sorry, I'm like looking at it. I'm like, yeah, I mean, neat. What else?
The Incredicoaster, we already knew about that. The Star Wars Hotel at Disney World. We got some updates about it. That's not it. Just Star Wars Land. Yeah, you can just leave that picture up. So we already knew there was going to be like an incredibly immersive themed hotel at Disney World. But it was announced that it's going to be like literally connected to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
The comparison I drew in Sarah's video is it's very much how the Grand Californian Hotel is connected to the Redwoods portion of Disney's California Adventure. So it's like a seamless transition, which I think is awesome. You enter through Star Wars and you exit through Star Wars. It sort of wraps up the experience for you, especially if you're a guest there.
Yeah.
Which is really, really cool. And we got a news flash from Miranda Perry saying, the kids are fakes. It's cold, man. It's real cold, Miranda.
Fake
You
kids.
come back for one episode and you're already calling kids fakes. Jesus.
And there was other stuff for Galaxy's Edge that I didn't really talk about. The lands are going to include full-size X-Wings and a Millennium Falcon. Full-size.
Yeah, that we knew that though, right?
I mean, if you saw the thing at D23, you knew.
Yeah, that's true. Natasha Reddy saying, wait, is Paradise Pier Hotel going to change their name like they have to?
Good question. They haven't said
They
anything
don't- first of
about
all,
that.
they don't have to.
They don't have to, actually,
Because thematically they can live, they're not mutually exclusive. So
When-
you can have a Paradise Pier themed, like carnival style hotel. and then
When
you can have,
DCA eventually changes its name, I'm sure the Grand Californian will still be called the Grand Californian.
yes, yeah, because the theme of the hotel isn't changing, so they're not
They-
making it the Pixar hotel.
What's a Toydarian?
A Toydarian? The Wato, Lani. You want to buy the potteries, huh?
Where there's going to be a
Toydarian.
marketplace like that in Galaxy's Edge.
A Toydarian's gonna.
Yeah.
Republic credits are no good here. You know, that's how he talks.
Yeah.
Lilani.
And like apparently it's going to sell like
Little Sarah.
things that don't have like labels or like like dates or anything like kitschy. It's good, like that whole section is going to have
It's
stuff
gonna be like
that's like
trading.
right.
Like a trading post.
Like what you would buy if you were
we
actually
don't
there.
have the barcodes. All right.
Why would DCA change its name? Because it's becoming less and less California, and that's the number one reason people are mad about the stuff that's changing. So, like, I mean, it seems inevitable that it's going to change from California to something else.
Yeah.
Like Hollywood Studios is.
Yeah.
Cinemagine.
Cinemagine, huh? You gotta use your cinemagination. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. What would you call it?
Disney's Adventure Park.
Disney's We're Losing Our Mind.
No, like Disney, like, yeah, I mean, like, just,
Disney's Imaginarium Park.
I don't know.
Disney, come up with names in the chat. Let us know. What should they call the park? Anyway. Cinemagine.
Cinemagine
Yikes.
was the best one on that survey, though.
Oh, there's a survey?
Remember we reported on it was like they were asking guests like what they thought of different names.
I don't remember that.
And Cinemagine was like the best one.
Do you remember any of the others?
It was like Kaleidoscope Park. It was just like bad.
Disney Pixar Adventures. No, you
Nothing
can't.
is official, guys.
can't
Like
call
there's
it.
no official changing of Hollywood Studios or DC.
Kaleidoscope Park would be like, spell that.
I know, right?
Disney's eclectic mishmash of stuff park.
Anyway, slight updates on the Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster for Epcot, which is replacing Ellen's Universe of Energy area. It's a roller coaster. And it's all indoors. It's going to be the biggest indoor roller coaster ever.
Yes, I hope it goes upside down.
Oh, God, I hope it doesn't.
I hope it does.
What scares me about
I want some real roller
new
coasters,
roller
man.
coasters is I'm just like, will I like it? Because you know I don't go on Rock and Roller Coaster.
Yeah, but you don't like anything. So
I
what
know,
difference does it make
but
if it goes
but,
upside
like,
down?
the
If it
Tron
goes
coaster
fast
is
and
so
doesn't go upside
good.
down, you're never going to ride it anyway.
The Tron coaster's so good, and it's just my speed.
Yeah, I wish that went upside down.
No. I mean, going upside down for me is, you know what I hate the most?
What?
Fast launch.
Oh, that's the
I
best.
hate it.
Feeling those G's?
I hate it. That's what
Feeling
I hate.
them G's.
I don't mind going upside down. Like, I don't mind going upside down in California Screaming.
You don't want to go fast?
I hate.
make
I
it the
hate-
best roller
I hate when
coaster.
you're stopped at the front and then you just go like. I hate that.
I think that's the best.
The Tron one does it, but not that bad.
That's a cool trick. Star Wars.
I'm also fine with it. Then why I like it on Tron is because the positioning
Yeah, the position's
feels
totally different.
better.
You're like pushing with your feet.
Right.
And you can like brace yourself. The other ones are like,
I know you're like.
this is so much fun.
Anyway.
Yeah. I hope it's well, because it's like rock and roll. It's gonna be like rock and roller coaster.
I'm just
times
like
10.
upset because I'm like I have to go on it, but I'm probably gonna hate it.
Yeah. Well, I hope it's I hope it pumps some juice into the rides. It's just interesting that it's gonna go to Epcot, like the least exciting ride.
Future World, though.
Yeah, but the least exciting park is gonna get the most exciting ride.
Well, they're changing a lot of stuff up over
They're
there.
changing a lot, but it's still gonna be the most exciting ride and the least exciting park in general.
Well, we know you don't have the correct idea about Epcot.
I do. Okay. Tell me what other rides match that level of excitement.
Well, the least exciting park now is definitely Hollywood Studios.
No, it's the park with the least to do.
It's such a bad park right
But
now.
the rides are exciting.
The two rides are exciting.
Yeah, which is more than Epcot can say.
No, Epcot has Test Track. Epcot has Mission Space. Epcot
Exciting ride.
Has
You forgot-
Living with the Land.
No. Listen. You keep forgetting the word
Fiesta
exciting.
Tour.
Those are entertaining rides.
Spaceship Earth.
I like Epcot, but their rides are not necessarily exciting. They're not adventure thrill rides.
No.
No, but what I'm saying is
That's
like
why
it's,
everyone's mad, Leah. Everyone's mad about this roller coaster coming to Epcot because
Yeah.
they're like, what the heck?
it doesn't match, which I think that's literally what I'm saying. Why are you disagreeing with
But
me?
they're trying to make Epcot something different.
Yeah, I'm
obviously.
glad. I'm into the direction. I hope that it continues. But it is strange that Epcot is, like you said, it's about the World Showcase, and this has nothing to do with reality.
No, it's not about the World Showcase. It's about Future World. Future World.
Yeah, that's not a probable future. know what I'm saying? Like, Future World is about the future of mankind, the growth of our species and the expansion of our planet's technological achievements.
I'm
and
just
then we're
saying
going
it
like,
fits
Rocket
in-
Raccoon!
It fits in better to Future World than it does World Showcase.
Well, I'm just saying in Epcot in general. Like, Epcot is like so much more of like an Earth-based, like a reality-based park.
Right.
Like Animal Kingdom. Like, I get it. Now they've got Pandora and they're expanding it, and this is sort of like the same thing. It's like a foray into a new direction, and they'll make it work.
Well,
but
does that mean goodbye to Carousel of Progress? No. This is in Epcot.
But no. Tomorrowland has cars. We have cars in the present, but we'll also have them in the future. Woo. Yeah, no. Honestly, at the end of the day, I don't care. I think it's cool. I think Epcot could use a little spice, but a little bit of Salt Bay. But it's cool. I like Guardians. I like Epcot. It's a match made in heaven. Let's go with
The
that.
best thing is Illuminations. Ugh.
Who says that? Where are you reading that?
Pyrotechnic.
Where are you reading this? I can't. Oh my God, reflect that. Pyrotechnic, that's a warning. 777, I see you in the chat. Slow down. Okay, anyways. Oh, and Rock and Roller Coaster's getting a shift.
In Paris.
In Paris.
We're not there yet, Leo.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were done. Keep
Oh,
going.
we are. We are there.
So we're there, okay.
So Rock and Roller Coaster at Disneyland Paris's Studios Park, because they have like their own version of studios.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you think it's better than Hollywood or Orlando?
No, have you seen the outside of their Rock and Roller Coaster? It's trash. Sorry.
Well, I mean, let's put it this: all the Euro.
It literally
Disney
has
Paris
like
stuff
large CDs on it.
I remember those compact discs.
Anyway, so theirs is turning into an Iron Man and Avengers roller coaster.
That's cool. I always say that I think that Rock and Roller Coaster is one of the coolest Disney attractions overall, in terms of like enjoyability, but they didn't dress it very well. First of all, I personally feel it's a pretty dated ride, because Aerosmith, number one. Number two, the technology just feels like weird. It feels like weird and kitschy when you're in there. But then when you're actually in the ride, it's just sort of like, what do you call that? Fluorescent paint on plywood on a roller coaster, which I think is kind of strange. And it's a cool opportunity to use like LED screens that work well or projection mapping. And I hope that that's what they sort of do with Iron Man. They give it a technological facelift, because I wish the ride was honestly 10 to 15 seconds longer, but the ride is really cool. It's a really cool experience. So it'll be nice to polish it up a little bit.
Super Iron Halo asks a good question that I have an answer to.
Oh.
Why do all the Disney parks that are out of this country get all the Marvel attractions?
Interesting.
It's because Disney has been dealing with the issue of Universal having a contract to use Marvel characters in the Universal theme parks in Florida. Mm-hmm. So the space where they have the most space to put Marvel attractions, Disney World, they literally can't use most Marvel characters. They're allowed to use them on the West Coast because it doesn't extend to this
Right.
coast.
It's like the Mississippi is the line.
And they can use them overseas, but literally all they can do in Disney World is Guardians of the Galaxy, because it wasn't a big enough property at the time that they did this contract.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like the contract will include Marvel properties like Spider-Man and X-Men, but
And-
Guardians is neither.
Yeah, and Captain
Avengers.
America, and Hulk, yeah.
It's and I remember being a kid and seeing all the Universal Islands of Adventure, and I'm like, what? That's not Disney.
Right.
And then when you go there, you're like, oh, again, it's paint on plywood. Give me something more. It's 2018, man.
It'll change eventually, but until then, they can't
Yeah.
do anything.
Iron Halo says, oh yeah, that contract. I always forget about that. And Universal is going to be getting a Nintendo Land, to answer your question in the chat, but that has nothing to do with Disney. Although it should, but I wish.
Speaking of Marvel,
I wish.
another thing coming to Disneyland Paris is the New York Art of Marvel Hotel.
Oh yeah, we talked about that on the show quite
Yeah.
some time ago,
Here's
but
what it
we've got
looks
some
like.
news, some updates. Here's what it looks like.
That's not
That's
it.
not it. Nah.
It's like the
no,
hotel room.
Nah. No.
There it is. There it is.
This is a nice, chic little Tony Stark-inspired room with Black Widow sheets and pillows and some cool art of Marvel, because that's the name of the hotel. Yeah, just a kind of like a, what would you call that? Like a neo, sort of postmodern art deco. It's very strange, but it's cool. I would
And
love
then
to say that.
for Hong Kong,
Swanky.
a Ant-Man and the Wasp attraction.
That was the other one.
That is
you had
going
on.
to be somewhat similar to Astro Blasters, as you can tell
Yeah.
from the concept art.
Astro Blasters / Honey, I Shrunk the Audience.
Leo hopes it's like Honey, I Shrunk the Audience.
That's where my hopes and dreams lie. It'll be interesting to see how they do the animatronics. It'll be kind of cool because then you'll get like you're inside of a computer now. Oh, it's gonna look really neat in that room. It's like, and now you're inside of a nose. Oh, gross. It's gonna be stuff like that. You know it is.
Yeah.
That's such a Disney thing. But I can't wait.
But I
think it's
wonder,
cool.
I wonder if
Ant-Man
Ant-Man
deserves it.
is something that they can do in Orlando or not. I'm not sure.
Well, I bet you they can, because I have a feeling that it wasn't for Avengers. I think it was Spider-Man, because they have like
Captain
Dr.
America.
Octopus. Yeah, I think it was individuals after Spider-Man and the X-Men,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was like, and also Captain America, and also the Hulk. You know what I mean? Because I don't think like Thor. I don't know. Well, maybe he's represented.
No,
over
they
there.
have Thor merch in Universal. I remember looking at
do?
it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, Ant-Man's pretty obscure. They're probably just like, why are we gonna pay the money for this unpopular hero? Well, haha, Paul Rudd did laughs in your face. I think Ant-Man's cool, and I think that the property itself is really neat for attractions. Like the shrinking mechanic and science it's just primed for attractions. That's why I'm really glad they're making this. So it's like a surprise that we're getting a prime time showcase of Ant-Man, but it's not surprising because the idea works so well for an attraction and should be a fun draw. Anyways,
Hong
what
Kong,
else?
man, getting a ton of changes.
Hong Kong. Wasn't there something else? That was it.
That was it.
That was it. So lots of updates there. Very cool. What was your favorite? Let us know in the chat. But we saw, speaking of Marvel properties,
Black Panther.
yeah, La Pantera Negra. We saw it last night. Very, very, very good movie.
God, Black Panther's so good, guys.
So good. You guys.
I'm
It's a
upset.
standalone good movie. Like, you don't even, like, it's obviously helpful to get context from the other Marvel movies. Obviously, you should do that. But, like, this movie's dope on its own. And you can tell that it was made with the intention of standing alone. It's really good. And, like, yeah, it ties into the other films, obviously, but it gives you what you need so you don't have to rely on that because they wanted it. You just see it when you're watching, you're like, oh, this movie was made to just be its own jam. And it's a very proud film, rightfully so. Like, it is African, and it is done just the polish. And let me tell you, the soundtrack, Kendrick Lamar and The Weeknd, that's been on loop in my car while I've been in LA traffic. Such a good, I mean, every time they go into like a new location and there's a new song, I'm just like, bop! It's so good.
I was stressed.
Dude, the music was perfectly, that's the thing, it doesn't feel distant. Like, it feels like it's part of the movie. It's not like, oh, it's just a dope soundtrack that they used to make it and sell it.
Rewatchability level, I'd rewatch it
I'm gonna
today.
go see it again. I want to go see it again for sure, 100%. It's like, yeah, because there's a lot of things that you won't catch, and there's a lot to see visually. The movie is, it's good. It's like, not only are the special effects and CGI amazing, the aesthetic of the Afrofuturism that they designed. Look, I haven't wanted to live in a world this bad since Harry Potter. I'm not gonna lie.
If anyone's curious, this is my diagram for how it overlaps with Civil War.
Oh yes, it is a co-piece. So it happens during Civil War, but not during the entire movie of Civil War. Like,
Yeah.
some of Civil War happens, then this movie takes place.
Right, like you know how in Civil War, eventually the Black Panther isn't there anymore.
Right.
That's when this
That's when
movie
this movie
takes place.
starts.
But Civil War is still happening at the same time that this movie is taking place.
Yeah. I was already stoked going into this movie
You
because
don't need to have seen Civil War.
you don't need to have seen it. Like, it does help because it'll give you some context, but like, honestly, you don't need it. It's more of like a state of the world outside of Wakanda, which you'll get when you see the movie. But I was already stoked about this movie because we had Chope Aluko on our show. And, you know, obviously she hyped us up tremendously. If you haven't seen that episode, it's the only episode of Disney Movie News I recommend you go back and watch because it's amazing, especially going into this movie, because everything she talks about, I felt 10 times over because she talked about it. Like, I was already stoked. She made me pumped. Then I go see it, and it's an amazing film, and I just like, connected with it that much more because of her. So, you know, congratulations. We're extremely proud of you because you're a Disney fam now, Disney Movie News fam. And the movie was just, but the world, you guys, I can't even, it's like the society I wish we had. It kills me. It kills me. I think about it and I get sad. 'Cause it's so pretty. Anyway, and then the acting, top rate acting. One thing to remember when you see this movie, none of those actors actually have accents. They all had dialect coaches and learned to talk that way. And it's so convincing. It's so effortless. It's so natural. And you can tell like there's an ownership over these characters that these actors have. Not only are they stellar actors on their own, not only is their portrayal of this language beautiful, but like they make the world real, man. It's so good. It's such a good like action thriller, you know? And sci-fi, because the sci-fi represented in this movie is yeah, I'm having Avatar blues for Wakanda. That's someone in the chat is saying, is he having that Pandora syndrome? It's called Avatar blues. I am totally having it. Like, I want to go see the movie again because I liked it, but I also just want to see the shots of Wakanda again. Like there's even a scene where he says like, this never gets old, and you see Wakanda, and I'm like, oh, that would never get old. Yeah. Anyway, Sarah, what are your thoughts?
I just want to go on my little rant about the parks.
Please do. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that. That's important.
When I was watching this, I was like, oh no, all these people after seeing this are gonna like want Wakanda to be put into Animal Kingdom. Like, I already know it.
Because Black Panther.
Because panthers and yeah.
And it is in Africa.
Feels very wrong to me.
Yeah, preach it, girl.
I don't think anyone should like hope for that to happen because it feels somewhat racist to put a super technologically advanced black civilization in Animal Kingdom. I already think it's weird that like we get the most African representation in Animal Kingdom and not in the World Showcase.
Yeah, that's something that rubs me the wrong way. But I mean, you can't put Wakanda in the World Showcase because it's not real.
Right.
You know?
Put more Africa in the World Showcase.
Yeah.
But
I agree with that.
I'm just like, oh no. Like, I don't want to see any of that happening.
So let me ask you this. Because I want a Wakanda land.
Right. I say put it in Adventureland. You don't need a whole Wakanda land.
Which Adventureland?
Well, it would only ever
like
fit,
it wouldn't even fit
in Disney World. It would fit in Disney World. They have so much space over there.
Okay, yeah. That would be amazing.
Right, like obviously put them in Tomorrowland because it's so technologically advanced. I understand that the aesthetic does not fit.
No.
However, some parts of the aesthetic do fit.
Keep in mind, it's not Tomorrowland's like the sci-fi future. Wakanda is sci-fi present.
Right.
So it doesn't really fit in Tomorrowland.
I say it should go in Adventureland, if anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just like it doesn't sit right with me to put it in the Animal Kingdom.
I agree. Aesthetically, it doesn't make sense either.
It harkens too closely back to black people being compared to animals.
Yeah, I don't like that. The only drawback is that like there's a lot of plant life incorporated in like the city, and I'm like, damn, it would be so cool.
But there were parts that were indoors that were super Tomorrowland.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
So Super Iron Halo says make it its own little area in a future Marvel land. That's a very good idea.
That would be. I think if they ever did a Marvel land, which obviously if they were smart they would, Wakanda should have like its own land with like a showcase ride. And when you see the movie, you'll know what the ride would be.
It's just like before,
so tight.
I know, right? Before seeing Black Panther, like I didn't super care about T'Challa after Civil War. I kind of was like, how you're thinking about things is like, you know what I mean? Like,
say that again?
Like he came into Civil War and he was like, who gave you this shield? Like, I'm like not on anybody's side. Like I'm here with my own agenda. And I was like, oh my God, like there's bigger stuff happening. Like I don't care about you right now. But
he says that.
No, that was me. Now I care about him so much, and I care about how.
Oh, so you get why?
How he comes to his decisions, and like what kind of person he is.
Guys,
I'm like,
Black
oh my
Panther,
God, you're the best. You're like
okay,
second to Captain America in morality.
Oh yeah. Oh no, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. And what's really interesting is like, I think that in one movie they gave so much more context and character development and backstory than almost any other Marvel film. Like. Captain America gives you a lot, and you saw it for the first time this week, and you kind of now you get who Steve is. But it was also like a sentence. Like Black Panther is defined, T'Challa is defined over many different acts with many different people, both political and personal, and like familial and relationship. Like I feel already he's one of the most well-rounded, three-dimensional characters in the Marvel universe, based on one movie and a quarter, because he got some Civil War showtime. Like, it's when I tell you this movie was made with like, with care and with careful thinking I'm not over-exaggerating in the slightest. This movie was the Wonder Woman of Marvel in a lot of ways.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Okay, how about this? On a scale of favorite Marvel movies.
It's probably top 5.
It's definitely 100% top
Yeah.
5. Like it's not even, that's a no-brainer. Winter Soldier will always be my favorite because I love spy movies. Then I think it's Avengers.
Oh, Avengers, I need to rewatch
Well,
it.
Avengers was just like special to me.
Right.
You know.
I think Winter Soldier's great. I also love Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
I was gonna say I think Guardians.
But then and then this one.
And then this one, yeah, yeah. It's like you could swap it for between 3, 4, or 5. Like it's definitely in the middle to latter half of my top 5. But it's up there. It's a really good movie. It's just a cool movie. Oh, God, Michael B. Jordan is ripped.
I know.
Good Lord, the man looks like Chris Evans in Captain America ripped.
Yeah. Amy asks, is there any humor? There is.
A little bit.
But
It
there's
doesn't take away.
way less than like Ragnarok.
Yeah, it's not a comedy.
It's well placed.
Ragnarok is a comedy.
Right. Something going on?
What's happening?
Someone coming in here?
Oh, we're getting
Something happening.
a stray hand just sort of.
Anyway.
Someone came in our studio. Oh yeah, it's Africa Batman. It totally is.
I'm not interrupting the show, am I?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
It's all good.
It's all good, man.
For raps.
No, it's all
It's
good.
all good.
TV, y'all.
Hey, showbiz. We'll do it live. Yeah, it's Africa Batman. That's what I call it. Because he is. He's totally Bruce Wayne.
We can rap if we need to.
You need us to rap? Are you trying to kick us out?
Someone just gave it here.
Sorry, we're going a long time about Black Panther, but we don't get to review
was
movies
so
and the
good,
day before they comes out.
Oh, everyone go see it.
Yeah, go see it. Wasn't there something else? I feel like
There's
Disney-
2 post-credit scenes. Sorry.
Yeah,
Just
stick
saying
around.
that.
Stick around for those. Yeah, obviously I know that he's a king, but he's like. I said he's like Bruce Wayne. I'm not saying
He's
is.
like Bruce Wayne in that I guess he is imbued with superpowers.
Yes, but he's
He's
not
not- yeah.
superhuman.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he's like super rich and he's got cool gadgets and he's got a dope suit. Like that's what Batman is. Okay. So
Anyway,
there you go. He
it's
protects his city, Wakanda.
it's not important to see Civil War before Black Panther, but if you can, you should. Like, there's no reason.
Oh yeah, no, it would definitely help
Mm-hmm.
for sure. It would just give you like a bigger picture of who he is. Also, like the movie basically starts right after what happens in Civil War for him, so it's definitely worth seeing.
The post-credit scenes are good.
Yeah. What was the first one?
Well, I don't want to say it.
No, I'm just
The
trying
first
to-
one was in California. With Shuri.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Anyway. It's good. We're
Can
trying.
I just
Yeah.
ask something here?
Yeah.
So I've heard that the female cast is really amazing in
Yes.
They
this.
crushed, dude.
Yeah, I was just wondering from your personal, just like from seeing it, like who's your favorite cast member that was
God.
that
Dude.
just like Rex the role?
I'll tell you. I don't know the character's name or the actress's name. Let me look it up real
The
quick.
General?
Yeah, the General.
'Cause I know Letitia Wright, I believe.
That's her- that's her, right?
like,
No,
killed
she's
it.
Shuri. She's Shuri.
Yeah, the tech witch.
Oh,
Shuri's definitely
yeah, her
my favorite.
too.
She's my favorite.
Dude,
she
she's
might
dope
not have been the
too.
most badass.
No, but
because
she
she was
was-
like way younger, but she's definitely like the best.
Yeah.
She's the best. Yeah.
She's-
No, his little sister's the best.
His little sister's like the coolest character in that movie.
But Leah really liked the General. She's like, it's so hard to pick between her and Lupita,
it's
though.
tough. And Lupita was dope too. And Chadwick was amazing. And Michael B. Jordan.
We're talking about the women.
I know, but like they're all amazing.
Angela Bassett was awesome too.
Yeah, but she didn't have quite a like
didn't
the
have
same
any
role.
act, yeah.
What's her face? What's her name? Oh my gosh.
The
Wait,
General.
Yeah, what's her name though? I don't know her name.
General. Black Panther.
I just like these pictures are so small. I can't tell. Is it Denai
Denai,
Guerrera?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, girl, Denai. I love you.
That's Michonne, right, from The Walking Dead, I believe.
Oh yeah.
Oh
it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I knew she looked familiar and I couldn't place it. All right, what's her character's name? It's
The General.
It's not the General. Her name is Okoye.
Yeah.
Okoye, guys, steals the show. Is arguably the most badass character in the movie. In a movie about badass characters.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how else to put it to you. She's dope. But I mean, the acting overall, God, Michael B. Jordan, not as much screen time as I would have imagined, kills it in every scene.
Yeah.
He's such an interesting role because it's definitely like an FU to the state of the world right now, but it's also it's a statement about the way we got here and like you know, the treatment of African Americans, and like also though it's like a statement on like activism now and like how
Dude, it's such.
it's
called it
crazy, dude. What's
It was like a commentary on Trump administration for sure.
It totally is, but it's commentary on many things.
Right.
It's not like singular focused. It's like the bad guy is also the good guy is also the bad guy is also the good guy. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot to think about, and that's what makes it so like potent. A lot of people are saying like, well, how come Blade didn't get this attention? Well, because Blade wasn't about issues. Blade just happened to star an African American superhero, which, by the way, was a financial success and was the first superhero movie to really set superhero movies into the mainstream media. Doesn't get the attention because it was about a black supernatural vampire. Just like Wesley Snipes was like popular to white people. You know what I mean? Like this is a movie by African Americans, like for black people, but for everyone to enjoy, and it like captures the sense of community and pride and history and creativity. I mean, it's just, guys, I can't speak highly enough about this movie. Like I felt proud watching it.
Anyway, we gotta wrap.
Andy Serkis is dope. He's really good in this movie. Sorry, everyone's asking, like, how's Andy Serkis? He's great. What's his name? Martin Freeman is good. Everybody's good. There's no bad actors in this movie. Have fun with it. Anyways, we should wrap up. I feel like there was one more Disney thing, no?
No.
Well, I love you.
I love you too.
And this is Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
I love having these date nights where nobody's watching us and we just talk about Disney and with headsets on. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. I hope you go see Black Panther if nothing else came out of tonight. Be excited with a good reason. It is a good movie. I will be seeing it again. But I'm excited about all the changes coming to the parks. I'm excited about The Incredibles 2. Very excited about that. I'm excited about Solo. I don't care how much garbage people talk.
I don't care what they say.
Yeah, I'm not like other girls.
Oh wait, before we go, Leo needs to do his impression of the loading host on Flight of Passage in Pandora.
Oh my gosh.
If we have time. If you haven't been on Flight of Passage, this won't be funny, but if you have, you'll laugh a lot.
So when you're going through the ride, you know how like Disney always has screens with hosts that are sort of walking you through things?
The safety spiel.
The safety spiel. There's this really nerdy host that he's like a scientist on Pandora, and he leads you through it. And throughout the ride, everybody keeps saying like, oh, Leo should play this part. But on the way here, we were making fun of it because he's really funny. He's like this little nerdy guy who's like talking into the camera like a webcam. And he's like, the problem is the Ikran, or as we call them, the Banshees, they live up in the rookeries, and in order for humans to get there, well, they usually become lunch first. So we're going to merge you with the avatar bodies. There's a lot of pausing, like to between his words, because he's definitely reading off the screen, but it's so funny. And you'll be linked in our facility here, but using the information that we get from your avatar, we'll be able to study the biological life cycles of the Ikran, thanks to the work of Dr. Ogden.
Good job, man.
Thanks. Anyway, thanks you guys for hanging out. Happy Valentine's Day. We love you. Thanks for being our dates. Make sure you follow the Popcorn Talk at the Popcorn Talk on Twitter and the Popcorn Talk Network on YouTube. You can follow me on Instagram at Mr. Leo Zombie, and you can follow Sarah.
Sarah G. Sterling.
Do it. We love you guys. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next week.
Valentine's
Mwah. Happy
Day.
100th episode. Thanks for being with us.
Producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network. We would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.